Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Suzanne Wagner and we are doing the numerology and the astrology for 9/23/2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 18, and if you add the 1 and the 8 together, you get the number 9. When you are in a place of emotional peace, then you can complete, regardless of the circumstances happening around you. The number 9 is the number of completion. Completion comes when you no longer refer to the past as an avoidance to the present. When your past and the issues that the past triggered are complete and resolved, there is no need to chronically look back and use that past as a justification for what you are feeling now. When you are not able to justify your present position and you know you are on faulty ground, you will employ methods of diversion to distract others from calling your distortion out into the light of day. It is a red flag that you are walking a path that holds less clarity and truth. The past can never be fully understood by others because it is so personal and they were not there, so they have no defense against it. But it is also a cruel and mean-spirited attack on the issue that is at hand that you wish to avoid. Causing confusion to avoid dealing with your own lies and offness does have a karmic consequence. There is never any sincere completion when such tactics are employed. The astrology today. The evening, the moon goes from peppy Sagittarius into melancholic, serious, and moody Capricorn. And the moon squares to the sun in Libra. Expect your motivation to drop, and there is to be little clarity on your personal flaws and limitations. While it is important to know your limitations, it is not wise to dwell on them. We are all human beings down here to experience navigating a limiting reality. Do not be overly focused on issues that you cannot completely control. Do what you can and keep going forward on your path to personal evolution. Let the world sort itself out. Mercury squares to Saturn and you will end up focusing on negative rather than the positive. Do your best to stay in the present moment and in a place where reality is more important to hold than some fiction. Expect sharp words and errors in judgment. Tensions that have been bottled up are going to come out and slow things down, which is the issue. Something is moving faster than others are comfortable with, so they are deploying this method to force you to deal with their emotions and not proceed. Don't let those using adult versions of childish temper tantrums to stop you from doing what you need to do. With Venus and Neptune quincux, you will question your intention and feel less in touch with your clear inner guidance that you feel you desperately need to help you out in obvious ways. Just don't make decisions right now. Wait for the clarity to return, because it will. My quote for today. America is seeking to find its soul again. It lost it in a storm of lies and confusion. While the heart and soul of a country should be able to live forever, the reality is much harsher and painful when some of the people abandon the principles that made it great. And my blog for today. I learned a long time ago that people are going to do what they want to do regardless of what you feel. The more they want it, the less they will care about your feelings, arguments, or perspective. That is karma in action. Karma compels us to step on certain paths, but as you mature on your own path, you realize that you do not necessarily need to walk certain paths with others. In fact, you can't. That is where paths diverge, friendships change, and you learn to let go. It is a big lesson to learn that you have to let someone walk their own personal path, and it is hard to not want to walk certain pathways with those that you love. I have found that in a future perspective, where you have watched another's journey objectively, it will make sense. Not to you or to what you need to do and learn, but to the journey of that particular soul. I often see that what someone cannot give themselves, they will manage to give to their children. In fact, I see it a lot. Not getting something vitally important in childhood that stops them from becoming their greatest self actually becomes their gift to another. While they cannot fully embrace their own potential because of this childhood wound, they will manage to give their children what they were never able to receive because they see the value in it. And those children become the progressed expansion of their soul. In truth, I often wish that they could mother or father themselves the way that they do their own children. Clearly they could, because they have the ability, because they are doing it. But there is something about this plane of earth that makes it easier to give to others than to ourselves. I do understand that watching your child have the confidence and clarity that you did not receive is healing in of itself. When you watch your child do something amazing, you learn that maybe you could do it too. And it gives you hope in another future time and place. Perhaps in another life, that observation will manage to translate into actions that are a direct reflection to that past integrative experience. Thanks, everyone.